Hey, Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the eclipses coming up here in September of 2025. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So, first of all, we have a total lunar eclipse that is coming up on September the 7th, along with a partial solar eclipse that is coming up on the 21st. So, very significant time as we come here into eclipse season. And of course, the eclipses always occur when the nodes are with the luminaries. So, when we have Rahu or Ketu along with the moon and the sun. So, very significant time here as there are some unexpected events and brand new starts that are coming up during this time. Let's go ahead and talk about these eclipses, and then we will go ahead and jump into the horoscope for all 12 zodiac signs. So, first of all, on the 7th of September, we have the total lunar eclipse. And so, this is definitely going to be when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow, causing the moon to become darkened. So, this is going to be a full moon experience here, where this is about letting go. This is about uncertainty as we're ending out an old chapter. And this will occur in Purva Bhadrapada. So this will be in Aquarius. And Purva Bhadrapada has a lot to do with having a second chance, with leaving behind the past, seeking redemption, renewal in here. So, this is a very transformative energy coming into this lunar eclipse here. And the dispositor, of course, is Saturn, which is placed in a Tara Bhadrapada. So both Bhadrapadas coming in here with a similar theme of enlightenment, of moving towards a higher state of consciousness. But it starts with this first step here in Purva Bhadrapada, which is about the burning, the purification, letting go of the past, renewing oneself here, giving ourselves a second chance. And with Saturn, the dispositor sitting in its own nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, this is profoundly strong here, bringing us into this deep space of self awareness and moving closer towards the divine. So there's a lot of work that is taking place here in these Bhadrapadas to help us level up, to help us move towards a better version of ourselves. There's an aspect also coming over from Mercury, which is sitting in Purva Falguni, and Jupiter, which sits in its own nakshatra of Panarvasu as well. So this is very fortunate also, having this aspect of two benefics coming onto this eclipse. There's a lot here to think about, to contemplate about, to really dive inward and to see what is it that you need to let go of in order to progress forward. What is it that needs to be transformed, that needs to be evolved in your life? On September 21st, we have a partial solar eclipse coming up. And so this is going to involve the sun. This is a new moon experience very strongly here. And this will occur in Uttara Falguni, where sun is in its own nakshatra, very powerful position here. And definitely the sun is connected to the soul. So a lot of soul growth, progress that can take place here with this solar eclipse. Now, the solar eclipse is a new beginning, but there's something uncertain about it, something that we're not quite seeing in the moment, something that comes to our awareness after the eclipse actually occurs. So, definitely, there's a lot of internal growth that's taking place, but you may not be aware of why you are taking these particular steps, why this growth has to happen in this way. But definitely that clarity will come later on. The Tara Falguni is also about relationships. It's definitely oriented towards partnership, towards business dealings, towards harmony. And so, definitely, this is also about those contracts, soul contracts in your life, whether that is a contract with a person, with an experience. This is about fulfilling those contracts that have been set into motion in this life. So, definitely, this is a time of fulfillment, of prosperity, of things coming about, manifesting in your life in a very positive way. Now, this will also be conjunct with Mercury sitting in Hasta, where it is at its deepest exaltation. Very powerful here. This is the dispositor as well of this new moon. We also have an aspect over from Saturn, which is stationed retrograde in Uttara Bhadrapada, which is easing up some of this heaviness here in Saturn. Of course, very powerful, sitting in its own nakshatra, that work to help us evolve and move towards a higher state. We have this also occurring in a pop cardary yoga. So we have K2 on one side of this new moon experience over in Leo, and then we have Mars, which will be sitting at this time in Libra. So there is a bit of pressure that's coming in. Both Mars and K2, very similar energies in this fiery nature, very spontaneous, impulsive energy. So there can be a feeling that there's a little bit of pressure on you at this time to do this internal work on yourself, a lot of shadow work coming in during this eclipse experience. This whole eclipse season being all about how do we evolve, how do we level up in our lives. And so for some of us, this is a lot of internal work of healing, transforming, of really doing the work to grow within ourselves. And this can be a heaviness in terms of letting go. If you are having trouble with letting go of the past, definitely this is going to bring in a theme of purging out a lot of old themes in our lives that no longer serve us. A lot of fiery energy coming in this eclipse season. So let's go ahead and talk about how this affects each of you according to your zodiac signs. And for the horoscopes, as always, this is very important to see from your ascendant along with your moon sign. I also want to give the disclaimer that I am using Vedic astrology. So you want to look at your sidereal placements. This becomes very important as well. You can also see these transits from your Aruda Lagna, from your Dasha Lord, from various divisional charts. Say you want to see this in an area of career, you can pull up your D10 chart. But mainly, this is going to be for your moon sign and your ascendant. So let's start out with Aries. For Aries, this lunar eclipse is going to occur in your 11th house. And this is definitely a time of tapping into your passions, into your creativity, of really expressing yourself authentically at this time. This becomes very important. So you may be working on some new project. Remember that this is also going to affect the fifth house as well. We have this full moon lunar eclipse occurring on this fifth, 11th house axis. So this is definitely about self-expression. It's about really tapping into those ideas, those pursuits that you have been holding on to and putting it to use. Now, the solar eclipse is going to occur in your sixth house. And this is about overcoming conflicts and moving forward in life. So you may be facing some obstacles, frustrations at this time, but it's about continuing to move forward, not allowing these obstacles to get in your way. And through your hard work, through your perseverance, there will be some success that comes from this. For those of you with a Taurus moon or Taurus ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse occurring in your 10th house. And again, this is a lunar eclipse, so full moon is going to affect both the 10th and the 4th house. This can put a huge emphasis on your childhood memories, your past experiences. There's a feeling of nostalgia that's coming in at this time. There could even be old people coming into your life, old situations that you're ruminating over at this time. And there may be a feeling of being a little stagnant, stuck in the past, where there can be some difficulty in making decisions about how you want to move forward at this time. But it is all about trusting in your intuition, taking some time for some deep reflection about what decisions you want to make moving forward. this becomes very important. This is also a great time of self expression, of tapping into your creativity, of tapping into your passions at this time as well. For the solar eclipse, this is going to occur in your fifth house. And this is definitely a time of moving towards success, but you may be facing some obstacles, difficulties. It's about overcoming and facing those obstacles so you can continue to move forward. Through your hard work, through your dedication, you will find success at the end. For those of you with a Gemini moon or Gemini ascendant, this lunar eclipse will be occurring here in your ninth house. And this could be a time of romantic encounters, of creativity. And really, it's a time that's about embracing your emotions, expressing yourself. So you can feel some strong emotional attachments, connections coming into your life, or you can be pouring your emotions into projects, into passions at this time. But it's all about embracing that part of yourself. The solar eclipse is going to occur in your fourth house. And this is definitely a time that is about connecting back with your traditional values, with the things that are familiar to you, the things that bring you a sense of comfort in your life. So you may be thinking back to the past. You may be very specific about your personal values at this time, things that are very important to you. This also is a time where you may feel that there is some information or some piece of the puzzle in your life that you don't have all of the information of just yet. So, again, a lot that is going to come into your awareness as we close out this eclipse. But this is definitely a very sentimental time during this eclipse season, bringing you back into your emotions, into the things that are very important and close to your heart at this time. If you have Cancer moon or Cancer ascendant, this lunar eclipse will occur in your eighth house. Very dramatic position for this eclipse to occur. This can bring a lot of change, transformation into your life. There may be some disappointment. There may be some feeling of wanting to resist some of the changes coming into your life, but it's about letting go. So these changes are occurring for a reason. And again, a lot of clarity about why these changes are occurring comes after this eclipse season. You're going to experience a solar eclipse in your third house. So, this can be a very romantic and sensual time for some of you. There can be dating, approaching, romantic encounters at this time. It also can be a time of creativity. Tapping into your skills, your talents at this time can be seen as well. This definitely is a time where you're seeking security in your life. You want to get on top of things, and this is something that can come into your life. This can be a more stable time, particularly coming into this solar eclipse. So, definitely, there is something that is more stable, more grounded, more comfortable about the solar eclipse in comparison to some of those dramatic changes coming in with the lunar eclipse. If you have a Leo moon or Leo ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse that is occurring in your seventh house. So, relationships, fairness, diplomacy, all of this becomes very important. This is a time of striking a deal, negotiating, of persuading others in some way. So, definitely commitments become very important at this time. This can bring a lot of happiness and joy into your life as well in various areas of relationships for many of you. This may also be a time where you can be very successful, particularly if you are in business, anywhere again that is dealing with deal making, with negotiation, creating those harmonious relationships. This can be very successful. This can even bring in some material success for some of you as well. For the solar eclipse, this is going to occur in your second house. So, definitely, this can bring in some security into your life, material enjoyment at this time. This could be a time where you're very focused on your goals, very ambitious at this time as well. This definitely can be a time where you're seeking a sense of clarity, though. And again, in this eclipse, you're going to see that a lot of clarity is going to come after this eclipse actually occurs. But this is about rearranging your thoughts, reassessing situations in your life. this can become very important. For those of you with a Virgo moon or Virgo ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse occurring in your sixth house. So, this is a time of new beginnings. This could actually be a time for some of you where there are old relationships that are coming to an end, old connections that no longer serve you. And this is about being compassionate with yourself, having empathy for yourself, and allowing yourself to be happy, to not allow some of the disappointments or endings in your life to take over. So, this sixth house is really empowering you to move into a brand new direction, to overcome some of those obstacles, challenges of the past, and leave that behind. This definitely is a time of examining your feelings. This could be a time of therapy for some of you seeking some support in this area, but it's again not allowing some of those challenges and obstacles that you have to overcome to really take you over at this time, but to embrace the new opportunities, the new experiences that are going to come out of these difficulties. You're going to experience a solar eclipse in your first house, very prominent here in the first house. This is a very strong solar eclipse experience that you're going to have here. So, this is definitely about letting go and moving forward. And especially for those of you who have your moon sign here, this can be a very sensitive time where you really have to let go of some of the things that you were attached to in past experiences. It's about really moving forward at this time. This could also bring you some good news for some of you as well, where there can be some good news in areas of work, of career, of wealth at this time. You could be very successful. Also, some unexpected news coming in. For those of you with a Libra moon or Libra ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse that is occurring in your fifth house. So, this could be an experience where you're making very quick decisions right now, rushing, feeling pressured to move forward at this time. And so, this could be a fun time, risk taking, excitement. You could be taking a lot of action, making progress, but there's a need to really be sure that you're making the right moves, to reassess some of this as well, because some of this also can be related to some self doubts and a feeling that you need to take action, but not being completely sure in your direction. So it is definitely time to take your time and really think over all of your actions very carefully. This definitely shows that although you may doubt yourself at this time, there can be some success at the end of this. So, again, it's about reassessing the situation and seeing whether this is truly worth it. There will be a solar eclipse occurring in your 12th house. So, this can show that this is a time of enjoying the sensual pleasures of relaxing back in this 12th house. But also, this could show for some of you some fears, insecurities, doubts within your mind. This 12th house can bring in some of these psychological issues as well. So, taking care of your health at this time becomes extremely important. Definitely, before making any decisions in areas of business, this is a time where you really want to have some discernment to go over all of the details very carefully. If you have a Scorpio moon or Scorpio ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse that is occurring in your fourth house. So, for some of you, you may feel a little bit trapped at this time. There can be a feeling that you're not progressing the way that you would like, moving forward in the way that you would want to at this time. There can be, again, a sense of confusion or not having enough clarity in this area. When we come to the solar eclipse, which will occur in your 11th house, this is showing a need for positive energy, a need to be aware of the messages, the signs that the universe is sending you at this time. So, this could be a time where are a little disconnected from your intuition, where you're not picking up on some of the signs. There can be a sense of negativity. So, it's about remaining positive, remaining aligned with that higher power at this time will help guide you through some of these experiences. And again, a lot of clarity coming after this eclipse season. For those of you with a Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius ascendant, this lunar eclipse is occurring in your third house, which can bring a lot of transformation into your life. Third house is eighth from the eighth house. So lots of change, sudden moves and situations can come into your life at this time. It's about personal transformation. Working on yourself at this time becomes very important. When we come to the solar eclipse, which will occur in your 10th house, this can show some good news about the work, the progress that you've made in the past. There can be something coming into your life in terms of material success. For those of you with a Capricorn moon or Capricorn ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse, which is occurring in your second house. So this could be a time of material enjoyment. This can be a time where you're feeling secure, successful within yourself, a sense of confidence, and having the ability to celebrate and enjoy life can be very significant at this time. For the solar eclipse, this will occur in your ninth house, and it is all about understanding that you are your own teacher, pulling from your experiences, your knowledge, your intuition at this time. So, for those of you who are seeking something, it's about seeking it from within. This is a great time for meditation, a great time of contemplating, of self reflection, of really connecting inward with your spirit guides. And again, lots of clarity coming out of this experience for many of you. For those of you with an Aquarius moon, Aquarius ascendant, this will be a lunar eclipse occurring in your first house. Very powerful eclipse here that's going to definitely impact you very strongly. This can be a time where you're very successful, where you're making a lot of progress, some of you even getting some popularity or recognition at this time. But it's about stepping into your self confidence, stepping into your self esteem at this time, really tapping into that inner strength is the theme of this lunar eclipse. And for that, many of you have to let go, especially if this is your moon sign, letting go of those emotional attachments in your life that no longer serve you, helping you to progress and move forward. For the solar eclipse, this is going to occur in your eighth house. So, again, a theme of surrender, sacrifice, letting go of the things that no longer serve you. So, you can go through a pretty powerful transformation, healing, rejuvenation at this time as well. For those of you who don't go through this transformation, though, resisting the change, you can feel almost suspended in time as if things are not moving how you would like. So, definitely, it's a test of are you going to hold on or are you going to actually move forward? For those of you with a Pisces moon, Pisces ascendant, this lunar eclipse will be occurring back in your 12th house. So it's definitely about going through some challenging situations. Or for many of you, you've already gone through some challenges and learned a lot of valuable lessons through some of these experiences as well. So it's about not staying in that space, about taking those lessons and moving forward. So there can be some feeling of frustration, stagnation, feeling confined with this, but it is about letting go of that and moving forward, taking the experiences, the things that you've learned, and using that as a catapult to move forward. The solar eclipse is going to occur in your seventh house. And this can be a time where you're enjoying yourself, where you are indulging in sensual pleasures. There can be a focus on relationships for some of you as well, some significant changes that are happening in this area, and a need to definitely use discernment in partnerships with the people you're dealing with at this time becomes very important. There can be a tendency for some of you to lean into fear. Again, that stagnation, holding on. It's about letting go. The clarity will come after this eclipse season. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.